The show began like any other evening, with laughter, applause, and the familiar rhythm of jokes landing and audience reactions rolling in. Everything seemed perfectly normal at first. The host moved with practiced ease, gestures smooth, voice confident, smile in place, embodying years of experience that allowed him to recover from any hiccup, technical issue, or unexpected news. Yet beneath the surface, a quiet tension was already present, subtle and unspoken, a weight that didn't belong to the routine of entertainment but was impossible to ignore once it appeared, hinting at the human story unfolding behind the polished presentation. The first pause. As the conversation progressed, the host's smile shifted ever so slightly, tightening just enough to register for those paying attention. The rhythm of his speech slowed, his glances drifting off stage as if searching for reassurance, and the pauses between sentences grew longer, noticeable to viewers at home. The energy in the room remained polite and professional, yet the subtle change conveyed something real, a quiet pressure that hung in the air without needing words. The audience, sensing this delicate imbalance, felt the space between scripted lines open to something far more genuine than humor or routine. A silence that speaks. Midway through a segment, the unexpected happened. His words stopped mid-sentence. Seconds stretched into moments that felt much longer, and the usual cues of the show, the band, the audience reactions, the seamless timing of production, paused alongside him. His gaze flickered, searching for direction or grounding, while someone off-camera softly spoke his name. The sentence remained incomplete, yet the room didn't tense in panic. It simply leaned into a moment of shared human attention. What unfolded was not performance or error, but vulnerability, a rare transparency that invited empathy in a space normally reserved for laughter and entertainment. The weight of the moment. The co-host instinctively reached out, a subtle gesture of reassurance, but he gently declined, allowing the moment to exist as it was. While the show technically continued, the polished flow of morning television had given way to raw presence. Time itself seemed slower, each heartbeat noticeable, each pause carrying meaning beyond the words being spoken. The audience, live and virtual, picked up on this shift immediately, recognizing that what they were witnessing was authentic human emotion in real time, a rare glimpse behind the curated facade of public performance. Searching for words. Minutes passed, tension accumulating without resolution. The host's eyes reflected an honesty rarely seen on air, glimmering not with performance but with genuine feeling. He attempted to continue, yet words felt elusive, slipping from grasp as if they belonged to something larger than the script could capture. The audience, sensing this struggle, was drawn into a shared awareness. Even those who appear in full control are human. First, capable of uncertainty, reflection, and quiet moments of pause that resonate far beyond the confines of a stage or studio. A breath of reality. Finally, he found his voice again, soft and unsteady, speaking in fragments that carried months of thought and emotion, not meant to dramatize but simply to be expressed. He acknowledged indirectly that life sometimes enters public spaces uninvited, and that even the most composed individuals carry private experiences that shape their presence. In that silence-filled honesty, the room collectively recognized the strength it takes to exist fully in both public and private spheres, demonstrating that vulnerability is not a flaw but a bridge toward empathy, understanding, and connection. The audience feels at home. Millions watched, captivated by the authenticity of the moment. Families leaned closer to their screens, whispering reactions, sharing concern, or quietly reflecting on their own lives. Social media erupted with support, comments ranging from reassurance to admiration, a virtual echo of the empathy felt in the studio. Though digital reactions were immediate and heartfelt, they could not fully capture the shared human experience that unfolded in real time, the subtleties of presence, the small gestures, and the weight carried in silence. Behind the scenes, behind the cameras, the crew navigated a delicate balance between professionalism and humanity. Producers coordinated quietly, monitoring cues and timing with heightened awareness while honoring the gravity of the unscripted moment. The co-host's gestures, soft words, and patient presence served as quiet anchors, demonstrating that support is not always spoken loudly. It can be conveyed through attention, subtle touch, or simply standing alongside someone in their vulnerability. The collaboration between host, co-host, and crew illustrated how human connection underpins even the most rehearsed environments. An unscripted pause. The show technically continued, yet its energy had shifted irreversibly. Music, laughter, and cue cards could no longer mask the human reality that had emerged. The audience witnessed a pause that was unscripted, unplanned, and profoundly real, a quiet reminder that life does not always conform to expectations, scripts, or routines. In those moments, viewers were offered a rare perspective on the complexity of human experience, an opportunity to reflect on presence, empathy, and the courage required to inhabit the public eye authentically. Reflection and awareness. Even after the cameras cut for commercial breaks, the moment lingered, circulating online and sparking conversations about resilience, patience, and emotional honesty. Experts discussed the pressures of live television and the importance of recognizing limits, while viewers shared personal experiences of life's unexpected interruptions. The collective reflection created a space where empathy and understanding flourished, demonstrating that even fleeting glimpses of vulnerability can resonate far beyond the immediate event, inspiring conversation and introspection. The human connection. What became clear was that the weight of a moment often speaks louder than any performance. The host's experience was not about making an impression, but about being seen fully, with all the complexity, emotion, and humanity that accompanies any individual. Audiences recognized the layers of experience behind every confident gesture, smile, or prepared segment, and in that recognition they were invited into a shared awareness that vulnerability and authenticity are profound forms of communication and connection. The impact of visibility. The incident highlighted the unusual power of visibility. People felt closer to the host, yet understood that observation cannot replace true understanding. The collective experience fostered empathy, as viewers reflected on their own lives and the unseen pressures carried by others. It reminded everyone that behind routine, polish, and public expectation lies an intricate human story, rich with emotions, responsibilities, and moments of reflection often unnoticed until a pause draws attention to them. A shared human story. Ultimately, the evening was not about spectacle or shock. It became a shared human story. Millions of people participated in a moment of reflection, empathy, and recognition that vulnerability, even when brief or quiet, holds great significance. The event demonstrated how ordinary experiences, small pauses, and subtle gestures of authenticity can create deep resonance, connecting people across distance, context, and circumstance through shared understanding of the human condition. Lessons in presence. The aftermath offered lessons in presence and attention. Being truly present, whether on stage, at home, or in conversation, is an act of care. By simply existing authentically, without embellishment or pretense, the host taught viewers that attention to moments, people, and oneself fosters connection, patience, and understanding. His experience reminded audiences that ordinary routines are punctuated by moments that require awareness, reflection, and the courage to meet vulnerability with respect and empathy. Hope in observation. Even in uncertainty, the episode carried hope. The pause, the quiet, and the honest acknowledgement of experience inspired empathy and reflection. Viewers recognized that life cannot always be neatly controlled or anticipated, yet meaning and connection remain possible through observation, support, and understanding. In witnessing another human navigate complexity openly, audiences were reminded that shared humanity can foster optimism, care, and resilience in ways both immediate and enduring. Carrying forward. As days passed, the memory of that evening continued to influence conversations and reflections. The incident became a touchstone for thinking about emotional honesty, patience, and the human capacity for empathy. Audiences considered how small gestures, attentive listening, and recognition of others' experiences enrich daily life, creating opportunities for connection and understanding that extend beyond the fleeting moments captured on screen. A reminder of humanity. The event served as a profound reminder that humans are complex, emotions are valid, and vulnerability is a strength. Even in highly controlled, rehearsed environments, the truth of lived experience emerges, offering opportunities for shared reflection, growth, and connection. It reminded viewers that it is not only acceptable to pause, to feel, and to be human, but that doing so can become a powerful teaching moment for everyone who witnesses it. Moving forward together. When the show returned in the following days, the atmosphere had shifted subtly yet perceptibly. The audience, hosts, and crew carried the memory of the moment, aware that human connection and empathy are essential even amidst routines, scripts, and expectations. The experience fostered renewed appreciation for authentic presence, small acts of support, and the quiet power of simply acknowledging another person's humanity. It was a reminder that every individual, no matter how poised or experienced, carries a story worthy of recognition, care, and respect.